Pro-Formance here. I hope you enjoyed that great little intro video on our new Trinity Shades number 2 collection. So 3 new shades, super excited. The colors are stunning. And I'm going to walk you through swatching each of them so that you can see them up close and personal. So let's get started. Okay, so first up I'm going to swatch for you SN2. So SN2 is a neutral tone, which is suited to most skin tones. So I'm going to pick up just a, normal size bead, and I'm just tapping off the end on the pot so that I don't have it sort of leaking on the outside. And I'm just going to apply a thin coat because what I want to do is basically show you what it looks like translucent or semi-translucent. So as you can see with SN2, you do get a little bit more color on the nail bed, but it is still translucent. So great for French with one coat, but if you do want to build it and offer more of an opacity on the nail bed, then you can build it because again, this is Trinity, so it is a builder as well. So here I'm just floating on a slightly thicker layer. So the first layer I could have used as like a slip coat, and now I'm just brushing it over the free edge, and then I can just allow it a little bit of time to settle and to self-level. So once that's done and I'm happy with the results, I can check it from the side view, see if I need to build it anywhere or string, a little bit across. You can make all your adjustments and then pop it in and cure it for 30 seconds. Now what I've done here is I've finished 2 nails, one with matte on and one with shine on, to show you the results. So that is SN2. Okay, so for SC2, this one here is a cool pink that will usually suit more of the pale or blue undertone skin types. So as you can see, it is really, really pale. It also kind of looks a little bit like it's got a very, very, very subtle and soft white undertone. So it's beautiful for an ombre. It will give you coverage on the nail bed, but you can also still wear it as a sheer as well. So that's like a very thin coat. And now I'll just apply a thicker coat so you can see the opacity. So again, you can build with Trinity and, put in your structure and so forth, or you can use it just to add a little bit of strength to the natural nail, or to give a little bit of color or coverage to the natural nail. It's beautiful in any which way you want to use it. So here I'm just taking it down the sides, and if I give it a few seconds, this will self-level. So once I'm happy with that, I can pop that in, cure it for 30 seconds, and then I've done the same thing where I've finished 2 nails, one with shine on and one with matte on. So here's the results. I love seeing the two effects, with the matte and the shiny finish. So there you go. So that is SC2. Okay, so for our final color, we have SW3. So this is a warm pink, and it's often the best choice for olive, tanned, or darker skin tones. So you can see that there's a pink undertone. It's a warm color, and it does still have a fair bit of color in it, so you will get coverage or a little bit of tint on a natural nail, but still translucent. So here I'm picking up a bigger bead just to add a little bit of extra structure to the nail, and 2 for coverage. So you can choose to use this any which way you like. If you just want to add a little bit of strength to the natural nail bed, or you want to, disguise the natural nail bed a little bit, then, you can apply a thin coat, or you can build it as required. So when I get to about 3/4 of the way down the nail, I'll just brush the excess over the free edge if I'm working on a natural nail, and then I'll just sort of string a little bit of product down the sides so that I'm not overloading the side walls. So there you go. I'll pop that in, cure it for 30 seconds, and I'll finish this one the same as well. One with matte on and one with shine on, so you can see the difference between the two finishes. So this is SW2. Now, following this, I have included a little nail art tutorial, so stay tuned. Okay, so for this first design, I have applied a base of SN2, and I've used a matte top coat to cap it. So what I'm doing here is I'm using the number 6 design brush, the Akzentz number 6 design brush, which is actually my favorite brush, and I'm using Line It White. So I've created a dot in the center as to where I want to place my flowers, and then I've created 5 dots circling that center so that it just makes it easier for me to lay out where I want to basically put the petals. So once I've done that, then I'm just gonna basically pull it out. So kind of, you know, brush that white paint out so that it's pointed at the center of the flower, and then just flares out at the, you know, at the base of the, or at the end of the flower. So it's super easy to do. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is just to add a little something. I'm also keeping a gap between the two. So what I'm doing here is I flipped my hand over, because obviously we can't turn a client upside down, to do the other side, but I've actually accidentally joined 2 of the petals, so I will go back and clean that up shortly. And now I'm just spreading them out. So once I see it, then if I need to, you know, make a petal a little bit longer or something, then I'll do that. So to clean up the line, in, you know, to separate the petals, I've just used a little bit of prep and wipe on a lint-free pad. So here I'm creating the next flower, or the petals for the next flower, and it's the same process. So this is just like super quick, super easy, and it looks pretty. So you're kind of almost making like little triangles out of them. You can round them off, you can pretty much do whatever you like, you know, in regards to the shape of the flower or the shape of the petals. But just to walk you through a very quick, easy salon design, this is super, super easy. So once I'm happy with my petals and I'm happy with the base of, you know, the design, then I'll pop this in and I'll cure it for 30 seconds. And then we can do the next bit. So I have got some, so that's been cured, and I've got some Nova glitter, and I popped a little bit on my palette, and I have a number 2 outliner brush. So I'm just going to create the centers of the flower with the glitter, and I'm putting like a generous little dollop in the middle so that I can you know, create the centers with a little bit of glitter, just to add another, you know, dimension to it, as well as another another layer. So when you're happy with that, that won't go anywhere. You can cure it if you like, but before I cure it, I'm just going to go in, just add one more element. So I'm using the number 2 again, and I'm just going to create some little dots. So they don't have to be perfect again, and, you know, try and sort of change the size of the dots. So, you know, you can do like big ones, little ones, you know, in the same sort of little cluster. And I'm just randomly putting them here and there. And it just kind of finishes that off and adds something else really pretty to it. So once you're happy with that, cure it. And now we're ready to top coat. So this is where you have the choice of either going with a high shine finish or a matte finish. I personally love glitter with a matte finish. So here I'm actually applying matte on. But what you can do is once that's cured, if you wanted to sort of add a little bit of shine to the centers, to the glitter, then you can always just use your art liner brush and just add a little bit of shine on just to the centers of the flower. So once I've got a nice even coat, and what I also make sure I do is, because the centers of the flower are a little bit raised, I make sure that I don't leave any matte on pooling around that center. Wipe off the dispersion layer, and there you go, done. So I hope you like that design, and I'm about to show you another one. So this here, what I've done is I've just got just a plain tip, and I'm going to apply SC2, SN2, and I'm also, well, first I'm going to apply them two, just a bead of each. And then using the outliner brush, I'm just going to basically swirl that through. So I'm going to use that as my base for the entire nail. But I'm going to blend or kind of marbleize the two colors together. So you'll get a little bit of both shades on that, you know, base. This will self-level, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Again, this is a super quick and easy design that you can do in the salon on a client, and it looks really pretty. So, you know, as a feature nail, or if you wanted to, you could do it on all of them. Now I'm applying a little bit of SC2, and I'm just doing some random dollops here and there. So this is the lighter color, and then I'm going to swirl that through as well. So then you get a little bit of the lighter color marbleized through the other colors. And you can, you know, swirl until you get your desired effect. Sorry, my hand's covering it there, but I was trying to swirl in a certain direction. So I just make sure that I cover every aspect of the nail. And I also want to make sure that it's level, because, well, working on a client, this is kind of like a little bit of structure that you're putting in here. So cured for 30 seconds. And now I'm just going to bring in a little bit of Line It White. So it's still got a tacky layer, and I haven't cleaned the dispersion layer off. And I'm just going to create some lines. So we're sort of creating a little bit of a marble kind of look. So just really faint little soft lines. Using the number 6, and make sure your brush is dry and clean, I'm just going to blend that down a little bit. So I'm using the very tip of my brush just to tap into that line and spread it a little. And that's what's going to give you that kind of marble look. So you're going to see like a really soft vein running through. And this looks really effective with all sorts of colors. You can use any colors as your base. So you can see that kind of vein look going through it. And now for the final touch, I'm just going to add just a little bit of glitter, just to give it, I don't know, a little bit more wow factor. So just a little bit here and there. I'm not laying it on thick. I'm just using the very tip of my brush and just sort of kind of almost like a sprinkle. And that again is Nova. So just utilizing what I had there, and because I love it so much. And I think it looks so beautiful with these particular shades as well. So it's really complementary to the shades. So you can put as much as you like or as less as you like on there. Again, it's all personal preference. This is just a guide of some things that you can do that's quick and easy in the salon. So once I'm happy with that, I will cure it for 30 seconds. And again, you've got the choice, matte or high shine finish. So I've chosen matte again, and we're going to see the results in a second. And I've done one other tip that I'm going to show you also. So this is matte on, and I will, once it's cured, wipe off the dispersion layer. Just wiping off the dispersion layer to see the finished result. So at the end of this video, you'll see the 3 designs that I've done, and that's it for now. So I hope you enjoyed this, and take care, stay safe, and see you next time. Bye for now.